show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, welcome back. We're going to do a special live stream here because we've got PulseChain is kind of pumping a little bit, so it's kind of positive. And I thought, we've had a few retrace days, so it's time to, do a coverage of something when it's going green. So why not, eh? Why not? PulseChain looking green, and of course counterintuitive as well with the old bridge flows that we've been having lately. And so we're going to get an update on the bridge, as you guys know, with our very, very cool little bridge chart that we've got now. So I hope you guys enjoy that. Just trying to set up over here on one of the other computers, so we'll get there. Good morning, Frank White in the house. Now, if you haven't checked out Pulse Start, that's Frank White's PulseChain ecosystem map. Definitely worth checking that out, Frank. So kind of cool. Let me see here. Let's see. All right, where are we going here? We're going to go into the next chat there. So get in the chat there, folks. Let us know what you're enjoying on PulseChain with the little green pump that we got started up. PDI, of course, has gone to half a penny. So PDI 21 Dara is looking good. And we talked about that in today's live stream. It's ended up going to where we said, right, which is kind of cool. And that is on the move. So, yeah, we'll be covering that in good stead. All right. I got Frank White up. Frank White. I'm like his cheerleader now. Good to see you, Frank White. All right, so if you guys haven't shared the show around, don't forget to share it on X. And if you're on YouTube, of course, share the show around too. Share show. Let's share show on X, and we're going to get into the chart straight away. We're not going to muck around here today, but that's pretty much it. Like I say, if you got any chart that you want me to check out, get in there. It's check out chart day, as we've got green candles. So it definitely share the show on X there. All right, shall we move forward? Actually, we've got a poll on at the moment too. I want to get into that. So should we do that? Let's jump into the chat channel there. And we've got a poll on which PulseChain yield farm is your go-to. So which PulseChain yield farm is your go-to for big yields? Now, essentially, you can kind of do two things to earn money in crypto, and sometimes it's the same thing. And that is, get big X's, so take real speculation there, or go into farms and earn some nice sweet yield as well while you wait. And sometimes those end up pumping with big X's as well. So this is the yield farming side of things. So which PulseChain yield farm is your go-to for big yields? PulseChain is the hot spot for DeFi yield farming. It really is getting a good group of farms with really innovative tokenomics. And that's why, PulseChain really is one of the DeFi beacons in the world, if not the DeFi beacon on PulseChain with a lot of the innovation. Are you stacking rewards on Emmet Farm, Vox, Nexian, and Function Island? These are four of the hottest farms on PulseChain at the moment, offering really high yield. Vote for your favorite yield farm. Shield your top token pair in the comments, and I do strongly suggest you do that. If there's some pair token that you're wanting to get to, make sure it's got some liquidity to start off with, of course. And you could influence a high new APR pool on any of these farms. They are watching, and they are watching indeed. So Emmet Farm, Vox, Nexian, and Function Island all in the house there. Let's pump your bags to the moon. They're offering high yield, giving you a great chance, especially when we're waiting for the big run, right? The big run there. We've already got a lot of votes and views. So definitely get in there and share that around as well. So share it around to people in the yield farm vote, I guess we'll call it yield farm vote, and I guess it's a poll, so we'll do that too. A couple arrows. Find the arrows help with the showing up on the show there. I'm going to actually bring on a few little sneak peeks. Should we do that? I think we'll do that. Hey, David, good to see you. Good morning. Big shout out, PhD to the Grays. We're going to be covering that today. Very good timing there, David. Very good timing. So get in there and give us a vote for the yield farm. And just never know. And I do strongly suggest you repost and comment. This is one of the two big things that attracts people to blockchains is obviously big X's and, of course, yield farming, earning nice yields. And all these four farms to offer different offerings, but all generally high yield. So Emmet Farms, Nexian, Function Island, and Vox. Especially once we saw PulseX APRs get tapered down on a lot of different farms. So Frank White's back again. Good morning. Good to see you, Frank. Wasn't that you up the top there, Frank? Oh, Frank. Oh, rank. It's a different name. Rank fright. Good rank fright there. I like that. Nice play on words there, Frank. All right. So yeah, get on the poll there, folks. What else? I did been posting a few little things here before we get into the charts. What else have we been doing? Yeah, the Magnificent Seven did update on that because obviously the rich art cores are going. And of course, that includes PDC, the Greys, Solid X, and Soul Token from Sun Minimal. And they were all up earlier when I posted that. So that's pretty exciting. Everything's on the green. I love it. You guys excited? I think so. I also posted about PDI hitting half a cent on PulseChain. All-time high was 3.4 cents, so 570% or 6.7x from here to there. A better bank coming, and of course the compound theory there from 99 Capital in the mix there. And of course we know Somi and other people are out and about talking about that. So kind of cool. Some of the cool stuff we've been doing today since we did our last live stream. That's probably going to lead us into, I guess we'll talk about PDC, one of the set Magnificent Seven. So kind of cool. Let me know in the chat there what your favorite ones, your Magnificent Seven are on PulseChain. Feel free to do that. You don't have to do all seven, but you can just name a couple. So here at PDC on the move, this versus a Tropa. And we've got market cap of 82 million US dollars, 243k liquidity, 5.3k volume. We've got the price here at the moment at 0.002. Let's just do it rounding at 0.000 2800 US cents there. And yeah, it's looking good today. So you can see the green candles on the move there. So it's looking good, this chart. Some natural, I guess, targets would be 4,000, and then I guess 4,000, 5,000. I guess 4,000, 5,000, kind of natural print there. Let's put in the RSI, shall we? Do RSI and have a look at that. Oh, I've got my computer booting up over there in the matrix. Right, let's pull that up too. Let me just give me a moment here to work the back room, as it were. Is that the right word? I don't know. Right, good the night show, and bam. All right. I think I misspelt their own show name. What the heck? Yeah, I think that's right. Let's see if that pulls up there. All right. So yeah, relevant strength. Have I got two of them now? I got two accidentally. It was an accident. I swear. All right, so we got two of those. Yeah, this is the weekly chart, right? And we're down at 45, so a long way to move. Obviously, PulseChain's been very suppressed, and yeah, we've got a long way to move there. On the daily, a nice little green candle. Look at that, and we're still down at the 50 on the old PDC versus the Tropa. Looking good. So some exciting things happening there with one of these are Richard Hart four cores, Pulse, Hex, and INC, plus the PDC, the Greys. What's some of the catalysts? Well, huge community, got lots of influencer support, got Prairie Banana out there crushing it every day, just about. So PDC the Greys looking very good with their DAO, the first DAO token on PulseChain, and looking pretty hot. The other one, of course, is Soul token from Sun Minimal on the move. In fact, I wish I jumped away from PDC the Greys, but we're going to pick up PDC the Greys again later on because I want to look at the pulse ratio, right? Everything versus pulse, right? So we'll check out how that goes. There we go. Got the screen popping up there. And yeah, so here we are. Obviously, we had that big rally. We had the Sell the News event and basically one big account. There were a couple others, significant accounts, but really one big account did most of the rollover on this chart and, of course, sold the news. So I don't know whether they were just good with their timing. Obviously, we realized it was rolling over, but whether they had, any inside information or anything like that, who knows? But, it got rolled over. And we got pushed all the way down to 5,700 of a penny. We didn't get the news that we expected, right, back here on the 3rd of June, right? So we didn't get a lot of the stuff that we were expecting. They did do the conference. They did have their lecture room at 2:00, but we didn't get all the website and stuff done. That's only been done in a couple of days ago, and also we don't know how much of the product's been rolled out. And that I think there's still a lot to go with the buying coming onto the chain. So in any case, we are seeing some green candles the last 2 days as well on the move. But more importantly, what is the ratio to pulse? And the pulse ratio at the moment is moving higher. So we're up at 2,900. We actually got a little pop yesterday to 31,000. So that's 31,000. Sorry, I shouldn't say 31,000. 3,100 versus one Soul token. So one Soul token was 3,100 PLS, and it's currently just over 2,900 pulse at the moment. So we've got this little move up here going on in the old chart. But let's bring over the RSI again and see how that's going to. Most of these will be suppressed, right? And just the way PulseChain's being, and of course this one here getting rolled over. But here we are at 44 at the moment on Source Sun Mini. What are the two big catalysts on here? Well, there is the all the customers are going to be a good percentage. We don't know what that profile will be. I suggest you it's going to be very high. So if they've got last year, we're just using last year's numbers. I do have projections in the strategy club. So if you haven't joined up to that, join up to that, and the links in the video description. But last year, they did 82 million euros. So 82 million euros. This is the big corporate on PulseChain, right? And that's about maybe 92 million US dollars, and they're going to be taking 20% of net sales. So that basically you take off about 7.5% of their sales or revenue, and then you get to the net sales part. And so by my count, just using last year's data, that would end up being about what do I have? I think it's about $16 million a year of buy pressure from the corporate itself. So it's going to be buying and burning. So I think that equates to about $250,000 a week, if I remember rightly. I have to double check the maths, but it's going to be pretty big. And then, of course, that's going to be much bigger. So if they've continued to grow at the growth rate they were doing last year, which would be spectacular, that's going to be way, way higher. Now, the other big thing, of course, is they're flipping their customers with Reward 2.0 program, and that's going to be pushing up the basically more and more of the customers. I think I flipped the stories there, didn't I? I was starting to talk about the customers, and I ended up talking about the buy and burn. But the customers they're going to be giving cashbacks, I think up to 20%, if you buy soil token to buy your product. And so that buying pressure is going to come onto the market. So imagine, I don't know, 50% of the sales coming on to buy Sun Mini Mill to pay for for it to be automated. And it's going to be automated right in the wallet. So I think a lot of that stuff's not launched yet, so we're waiting for that, and then we could really start to see this price chart hum, right? Could be pretty fun. So we've got two big catalysts there: customer buying, and that could, if it's a high percentage, that's going to be massive on the chart, and of course also the buy and burn from the company's profits, sales itself. So we'll see how all that plays out, but that is coming, and the website's already been updated like 3 days ago or something. Brendan's in the house there. Let's go. Good to see you, Brendan. Big shout out. So we're sitting at 7.2 cents at the moment, which is not too bad. How's that? It's about halfway to how far back to the high there? The high was sitting up at about 15.7 cents, 15.6 cents. So it's 117% gain to go back to that at the moment. And the RSI's got plenty of room after the rollover, right? That's on the daily candles. 4 hourly. It's getting a little hot on the 4 hourly, but we've still got a bit of room to move. Maybe we'll get up to 74, 75 on the move here if we continue this move that's going on at the moment. But there's plenty of room in the weekly and the daily. Right? We don't have a weekly candle yet, but plenty of room in the daily. All right, so looking pretty good. $358 million market cap. Will they get to 1 billion? They're going to make a big deal about that once they do that. But you got to remember, when the price is down at this level, the buy and burn's a lot more effective. That's just the counterintuitive stuff. Now, those are the bullish things. The negative, of course, there's a lot of holders, right, of the coins, and it's a relatively new coin, and a lot of the holders are the customers under the Reward 1.0 program. There's a little bit of that, and we don't know who's holding what, right? We don't know who's holding what, and the company's holding. We know the company's stuff is going to be handed over to a non-profit, I think called Soul Bank or Soil Bank. I always call it Soul, but it's Soil Bank. All right, so that is it. And of course, we had the buy and burn from the corporate, I think, early in the day, which is now routing through Ramp now rather than directly, which we used to monitor their account when they're doing it directly. But now it's routing through Ramp now. What have I got there? I don't know what I've got there, but let me jump over to, let me go to 2,500. Yeah. So this was at 21 hours ago. This would have been the corporate buy coming in, which is always around about 20K at the moment. So that's nothing, right? You've got to remember that buy and burn's been accumulating since 1st of January this year. And that's official from Wolfgang, the CEO. So that is taken away there. But they did, about 20K or so. That's typically what they're doing at the moment. So they're kind of just edging in, just going easy because they've got so much more money there. So we'll see how that's going in the future. What else do we got? Brennan says, I think PDI hit half a penny. It did indeed. And I put a post out. You missed it, Brennan. I put a post out on that. Like the cigars, boys, says D1. Absolutely, like the cigars. I like that. Have spoken about the bridge yet? No, that's coming up. We're about to get to there. I'm just going through the Magnificent Seven. So with Richard Hart tokens, and of course we've gone through PGC. We're going to go revisit PGC, but we're going to Soil token now. Next one up is SolidX, the number 7 of the 7. They're not in any particular order. I think that ultimately, if Sun Minimal delivers what they're going to deliver, it will be the most valuable protocol on PulseChain. Unless maybe not in the near term, but definitely over years, like over the next sort of 2 to 5 years. If everything that they want to do, achieve what they do with all buy, if that all happens, but other than that, you could get a collateral back protocol that could do very well in the near term, right? Let's say up to 2 years, depending on what it is, right? So if we get any of these big collateral backing theories that people are talking about, some of those could do very well. PDI might be one of those potentially. So we'll see. No worries, he says. No worries, mate. That's how we roll. All right, so $8.45 at the moment on SolidX. Now, this is from Firewire, right? One of our 2 public whales, the other one being Rackham Rochelle. And this is going to be potentially really bigger than people think, I think. So it's going to be pretty crazy. 4 new products are coming down the line. They are seeking a casino license, which would be pretty rare in crypto. Multiple products will be launching. But they're going to have staking for SolidX. They're going to have a buy and burn for SolidX. It's going to be omni-chain. So any profits of the games, X games, etc., that are going to be on other chains will flow back into SolidX here on PulseChain. That's more capital flowing onto PulseChain. So you see how these multi-chain ideas work. The idea of especially when you got omni-chain, where it's all coming onto this thing, then you will get all that capital flowing onto PulseChain. So we saw that with Sun Minimal. We saw that with SolidX. These 2 projects in particular, bringing capital onto PulseChain. That's a good thing for everybody here. So even if you're not in the projects, you will benefit through the capitals, coming onto PulseChain, especially when you have whales leaving, right? So this is pretty exciting, and we're talking tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions, definitely hundreds of millions with Sunny Minimal, and possibly tens of millions potential here with SolidX. So we'll keep note in mind, but that's sort of some of the scale numbers. Brennan says Decentralized Me did the final video on that peg. I'll post the link to video if you want to show it. It's hard for me to actually set those up, Brennan. I've normally got to preset them, but we'll see how we get on. All right, so so that is where we're at. That $8.45. Thanks for the insight, those, Brennan. We'll see what we can do. Post. Maybe post it on Telegram if you're over on Telegram and see what I can do. I can split the studio and maybe try and set it up. We'll see. All right. So that is where we're at, $8.45 on the old SolidX. Market cap 175 mil, liquidity 183K, and the price currently $8.45. Let's have a look at the RSI, shall we? We'll pull that in too. And we're going to have a look at the pulse ratio before I forget. Pulse ratio. So let's get rid of the old transactions. And we can see that on the weekly, we're only down at 42. We're going to get down to the time frame 40. Yeah, so we're still pretty low too, 45. And then 4 hourly there, lots of room to move on the old SolidX. Look at that, 55. So lots of room for glory here with SolidX. And of course, $8.45. People will be wishing they poured it at $8.45 in the future, I'm sure. Not financial advice, do your own due diligence. Okie dokie, all good. Yeah. It's a bit hard for me. If you do Telegram, maybe I can try and work it out. All right, so that is it at the moment. I probably need to spend a little bit more time working on stuff, that sort of stuff. That is our Magnificent 7. Let's get over to the other 4 of the Magnificent 7, which is PulseChain. We got a little bit of green candles. Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0246, up 4%. PulseX at quadruple 0192, up 6.4%. Inc at $1.53. But 5%, and Hex at the moment 5,200 of penny, 5.5%. EHEX at 1,700. So EHEX has gone up since our live stream. Yesterday it was it was 1,500 of a penny. Now it's 1,700. So it's a nice little percentage gain. Very small though, still, right? But you guys know how crypto works, right? That could be gone within a week, right? It'll be over a cent and all that sort of stuff under the right circumstances. So just take note of that. Harry Williams in the house there. Yo. Hello everybody. Hey, good to see you, Harry. Big shout out there. And welcome to everybody on YouTube as well and on X. So that's kind of cool. That's where we are at the moment. Let's jump forward, look at the bridge, shall we? But let's go to the bridge stats and see how we're doing there. So 82 million. So not too bad. What were we earlier today? Was it 82.6? Was it something like that? 82 point, was it 181.6? I just can't remember now. When we were at 82.1 at the moment. I actually took a snapshot, didn't I? Yeah. What a winner. What a winner. All right, so we're at 81.6. So that was one of my numbers. So yeah, 81.6. We're now at 82.1 almost. So we're up 400, almost half a million dollars in value in this afternoon. So well, how many hours is that? About 5-6 hours. So hooray. We're up about $500,000. So that's good news. And the bridge is showing that slightly. As you guys know, the bridge here, we were down about 4.7 million. We had some massive capital move out overnight, of course. And this mostly reflects stable coins and ETH, right? Not so much the rich hardcore coins, right? This is the official bridge on Telegram. And then, of course, we saw a little bit of retrace in the afternoon, just the last couple of hours of the afternoon, my time, because I'm, a day ahead, right? Depending on where you are. And so, yeah, it's currently it's 10 to 7 p.m. on Thursday, the 3rd of July. And so, yeah, we're down at about 6.6. So we've recovered about 100K in ground there in the last couple of hours. Let's see whether we can get this reversed. We want to get this flipped, right? We want to get this capital reversal and flip this chart, and so that we're in the positives rather than the negatives. And these are timestamp values, so they're not moving around with the market prices, just the timestamp as they came in every half an hour. And they reflect, stable coins and ETH, just to remember that. All right, so that's it, not from the 9th of June. So it's basically just the last 22 days as well, just to give you stuff. And the green stuff is the hourly candles coming in. That's the money. You can see recently our best hour was 180K. That was probably 4 hours ago or something. And just about 2 hours ago, we had 192 leave. But that gives you an idea. And of course, if you add up all the differences between the green and the red, you get the yellow, and then you accumulate that yellow every hour. It's going up or down, right? Adding to the total. And so there we are. We've had a slight improvement, but the chart doesn't really matter too much if you've got stable coins. We've got stable coins here, and some of them are not being used, so they can come in and buy the market up, and we can still get green candles, right? Still get green candles. All right, so that is pretty much it on the bridge. And that leads us to, I guess, where the volume is. So, yeah, when we were doing the live stream earlier today, we're sitting around 22 million. We're up to 25 now, so up another 3 mil there. Transactions, 415,000. That's definitely up about 20, is it? I think we're at 4, maybe it's up even more, actually. Maybe we're at 375. We're at 395, 375. So we're up quite a bit from there. And, we've got the coins on the move. So Jupiter was still the top one when we did the live stream earlier today. And that's up 400%. RSI oversold, up 32%. Atropa is really making a big push last afternoon. Last 6 hours, up 19% in the last 6 hours. It's probably pretty much around the period that we did the live stream. And so it's up 22% today. So Atropa making a good move there. PDI Besties on the back of DAI moving up 20%. Pump Tires DAI also up 20% on the back of DAI moving up. We're going to talk about DAI in a minute. That's PDI. And of course, Die Hard there also on the back of PDI moving up 20%. So all the PDI family is on the move. So they all hopped in the old station wagon and they're on a road trip to glory, something like that. So there we are. That's what's happening. And of course, we've also got Staked ETH on the move, up 17%. And we've got Teddy Bear as well, also moving up. So we've got the Tropa and Teddy Bear all on the move from James Maria, up 16%. We've also got compound DAI. So if you remember my post about Better Bank and compound theory from 99's Capital, you got CDAI in the mix there, right? So it's up 13.5% as well. So if you wonder what's going on there. Then we've got some of the regular tokens around, Sparta, Firewall. That's part of the SolidX family, right, of pump tires. That's the one where you can own, most of the people can own it because Firewall's only got 55% of it, at least when he started. PDC the Greys, of course, in the mix there. We're going to come back to that and talk about that. BFF is up 10% as well, and that makes the top 20. So, we've got quite a few up, in the top 20, up 10% or more, which makes, a few little parties going on there. And then we've got others that are under 10%, which are pretty popular. PDC the Greys, Soil Token, which is our Magnificent 7. Gophers is on the move today, $102, $103. Hex is in there and mixed there as well, up 7% almost. Sparta, Your Mum, Doubt Token, all these other ones in the mix on the rise there, Pump Tires, etc. So they're kind of on the move. But let's jump over to PDI and see it's all its glory, since it's one of the big stories at the moment. Has been for quite a few weeks now. And we've got PDI on the move at half a penny, just as we're talking about it. So congratulations to everybody that was on that. If you've been in our Discord, you know this little wick down here. Yeah, you would have been picking up that wick. So yeah, join our Discord today. That's all I can say. Strategy Club, $35 a month, fantastic value, and our Discord $12.50 a month. So you can get in there, folks. Awesome stuff. Now, if you do Strategy Club, you do get the community membership included. So join up on there, and of course you get monthly reports, you get daily regular insights, you get strategy chats, and of course our top 10 recommendation or suggestion. Let's put it that way. You got lots more stuff in there, so get there, and it's also multi-chain. So join up Strategy Club today. Links in the video description, and we'll see you there. All right. Yeah, just over half a penny right now. Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. So I can't say too much about that. It's on the weekly. Let's pull up the RSI, shall we? Let's pull it up, and bam, there we go. So yeah, we've got lots of room to move on the weekly. Look at that. It's only at 50. Only at 50. So let's get some power move on that. And of course, you can see last time we were around 50. We got this big power move. Look at that, within a month pretty much, and away it went in a month. So how far did it move up in a month? Well, it pretty much moved up. I can't even see. I got the wrong. Let me just make the screen a bit bigger. Let me see there. I just want to try that one more time. It's fingers crossed. All right, so 3.4. So it's about there. Oh, just got a bit low. Anyway, it's about a 10x in it in 4 weeks. 10x in that in 4 weeks. That's what you might be able to get out of there, given where it is at the moment. So that would be pretty amazing. I'd get 5 cents. I get 5 cents there with Brennan. 5 cents. Brennan, let me know what you think about that. 5 cents. That'd be 10x on the weekly. Just got to be patient, right? Now, the daily definitely is hot, right? The daily is hot now. So daily is getting up there on the 82, and it might have to have a little cool off as it heads up to the period of glory. You can see here it had a big rally up. It had to have a bit of a cool off, and then it came back down, and it had a really 2 hyper little pumps in there, and that's when you got the magical stuff at 3.4 cents. So keep an eye on the RSI. It can be your friend. And of course gets a lot overheated there. Also the fundamentals, of course, better bank when that's coming out, and of course keep on tabs on the compound theory there with the old 99 capitals, so that you have an idea of what makes you might keep it elevated, right, and keep it pushing higher. But all's got plenty of room to move. Just be patient with that. All right, so that is the old PUSD as well. And let's jump away from there. We'll jump out of there. Just have a quick look at the majors at the moment. Bitcoin at the moment, 109,353. Ethereum at 2,600. So everything's looking pretty sweet at the moment. Dogecoin up almost 8%. Cardano is up 8.7% as well. Let's see. It's going to take a little bit more work for it to get back in the top 10, but it's moving up there at the moment. The other thing, of course, is we've been following President Trump, and of course the big tax deal. It's getting close, but there are 5 little holdouts at the moment, so it's going to be a bit of a push to the end. And Trump's obviously trying to get them over the line, so we'll keep a tabs on that. That is getting very close. I need those votes to come over, and of course it would be disaster if they made us. It didn't do that, so we shall see. I'm sure probably is that big tax bill will get through, because that's going to be huge for us. That's the last thing we need, is for that to be deferred to sometime later in the year. Obviously, they've still got another round, I think tomorrow, if not tonight. So keep a tabs on that. But what time is it over there now? Yeah, midnight. So presumably that will be a tomorrow vote if they haven't closed it off already. Sometimes they stay up late though, don't they? So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. They're pretty close to that final vote. Right, so that is the big tax bill. So we'll keep tabs on that. And what else we got going here at the moment? So yeah, we're going to get a few little jockeying positions. Let's see what this looks like tomorrow when we catch up on this. But that's kind of where we are at the moment. So green candles, guys, and good things on the move there. So let's just summarize that quickly. We've got a lot of the PDI tokens moving. We've obviously got James Maria's Teddy Bear and Tropa moving. And then we've got a few of the individual teams like Sparta moving in there. And then, of course, a foot further down, we've got some of our Magnificent Seven, Solid X, Sword Token, and a couple of the other individuals like Teddy Takeover and stuff like that. So that is pretty much where we are at the moment. So that's our special live stream. It's half an hour now, so I was just going to do a quick half an hour update since we were going green. Hope you guys enjoyed just the quick session. We'll probably do a few of these now and then as we get some more green candles. yeah, we slightly improved on the bridge, 100K, and hopefully we can get that reversal. That would be one of the bullish signs on PulseChain, and this takes off a bit of the relief there. But we've got plenty of stable coins that can pump the charts. So yeah, get out there and start buying. That's what they say. That's all we can say on that one. Finally, I think the last thing, of course, coming up, we're I guess it's the 2nd of July, just turning the 3rd of July in the United States. Where the 7th of July is when the SEC's final end of their ability to appeal Richard Hart is over. That is the 7th. So we're only 4 days away from that as well. So yeah, hopefully we get the big tax bill over the line, and we get the Richard Hart on the 7th, and then on the 9th we get the big trade deals. That'd be huge, right? That'd be huge. So I think that's looking pretty good for the next week. So fingers crossed there. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. Take care, everybody. Don't forget to follow and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Other than that, bye for now. See ya.